I already have a mustache. I already been there.
Done that.
Hello. I'm Charlie.
I'm Patricia.
And we are
Charlie and Patricia.
Charlie and Patricia. Charlie and Patricia. Charlie and Patricia. I can't wait until our finances are better so that we can afford a live band to
You
do
know
that
how
for
cool
us.
that would
That would
be?
be so cool.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. So stay tuned for a live band.
It will happen one day.
And we've got Lady Gaga performing here. First and foremost, welcome back to episode 3.
Yes, welcome back to episode 3.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. It's not a lot, but
It's not a lot, but
work.
like we've put some work into it, and
We
the
have.
work isn't always the best, but we are trying. We are still progressing. We're doing what we can with what we have, and we're getting there, you know? Last night, we filmed, and then after we were done filming, we were like, the bar that we normally go to, it's called Patty's. So we were like, let's go to Patty's.
Keep in mind, we didn't finish filming. We started filming halfway through, and then we were having a fun night, so we stopped, and then we said we were gonna go out, have a little drink or two out at the bar, and then come back and finish filming. Well,
at the bar, shit went down. We're not gonna say names. We're not gonna express the frustration that we are in right now. But let's just say there are some people that do not want us to keep doing this. There's people that are hating on it. There is people that have their own opinions, and they showed their true colors last night. But
basically, we went out to have a good time, and we didn't realize it was going to be a whole ordeal because of this party.
We went out by ourselves, not expecting these people to be like these people that we work with to be out there.
Right. And when we showed up, it was fine. They said hi to us. Everything was fine. We were having a good night.
Giving us a big hug. They're like, oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. Yeah. And then the night escalated, and it was this person said something about this person said something about this person said something about this person. Oh, I don't know why you're friends with her. Oh, blah, blah, blah. This, you're a bad, blah, 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 blah. And you are bad at this, and I don't know why you started a podcast with her. You should have started a podcast with me. It was just like, it was drama.
It was a lot, and it wasn't until like pretty much coming back home did we realize like we were getting different information from people.
Yeah,
negative information about each other, and nothing really added up.
It's like people want us to argue with each other.
Another person who was pretty much like, hey, these people are trying to cause drama for their reasons right now because they're trying to break you guys apart, so just stick together. Don't listen to a word they're saying. Pretty much.
There is people that are trying to break us apart.
Whatever.
So we decided we were going to film tonight. We don't really have a lot to talk about. We have some things that we want to talk about, but it's not very exciting, unless you want it to be exciting. It can be exciting for you. At the end, we're going to end up playing Would You Rather.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, that will be fun.
Maybe we'll take another little shot before we play. That way we can really get into it. I think we should talk about what we are, with the events that have happened last night and the new year coming. We should talk about what we are bringing into 2025 and what we are leaving in 2024. It is a little bit late, but better late than never.
It is a little bit late, but something I want to leave in 2024 is people that don't bring you up. Like if every single time you do something they down on you, it's not worth it. Something I want to bring into 2025. The changing tables that they have in women's bathrooms?
Yeah.
I want those to be in men's bathrooms. I'm a server. I work in the service industry. And I see a lot of dads that have, like, daughters, and they can't go into the bathroom with them.
I haven't visited in my lifetime. There's been a few times that I've visited a man's bathroom in a public setting, and I have not once seen one of those changing tables in
right?
There. But you would think with today's day and age that they would start putting them in there more.
Yeah.
I feel like every single bathroom should have at least one, you know?
Yeah. What's another thing you want to leave in 2024?
And another thing, self-doubt.
Okay. You want to...
Based off other people's words.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just kind of... Well, I want to... Let me rearrange my wording. Something I want to bring into 2025 is more self-affirmation, self-care,
Okay.
self-boosting, manifestation, just more focusing on myself and what I think of myself and how I perceive myself rather than how other people perceive me. Have you ever ran from the cops?
So... Okay, so one story that I have is I was friends with this girl. Her name was Olivia. And Olivia, if you see this, you'll know what story I'm talking about when I start talking about it in a second. And she wanted to hang out with one guy, and I wanted to hang out with this other guy. The guy that I wanted to hang out with was like, I was probably like 16 or 17 at the time, and he was 20. We were both at her house back home in Michigan, and we had just gotten out of school. It was kind of getting to like nighttime. Her mom was gone. She was like at work or something, or she was on a date, or I don't know what was going on. She was like, okay, I'm gonna go meet up with Clayton. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go meet up with Damien. And she's like, all right. So as long as we're both gone by the same time,
Every single man named Damien, they suck. Every single Damien I know, I've had the worst experiences.
They all suck.
They all suck. Damien.
Clayton had came to pick her up, and Damien was like, hey, I'm running a few minutes late. I'm gonna be there ASAP. And so he had gotten there. I was running out of the front door, and his truck was in the front of the house. So Olivia's mom could see that there was a truck sitting in front of her house, and she's like, this is a little weird. But it was in the middle of a neighborhood, so it could have been like anyone, you know? And all of a sudden they saw me running out of the house. All of a sudden, I book it to his truck. And I'm in his truck, we're driving away, and all of a sudden there's a car behind us. And we're like, he was like, this car wasn't behind me before. He starts freaking out. All of a sudden I get a call from Olivia, and she's like, dude, what just happened? And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, dude, my mom just called me freaking out thinking that someone robbed the house.
Oh my god.
She thought that somebody robbed the house. She saw someone bolting it from her house.
In the getaway truck.
In the getaway truck, bro. So I'm over here and I'm like, Olivia, no, like your mom had just pulled up. I booked it out of the house. And I'm in the car with him right now, and we're leaving. She goes, dude, my mom just followed you out of the neighborhood. She got pictures of this man's license plate.
Oh, no.
And I'm over here like, oh, my gosh. So we go to the next town over where he lived. He lived in Adrian. We go to the next town over. We're at his place. And we're just sitting there, like, we're hanging out, and he's like, I don't know, man, this is kind of sketch. He's like, I feel like we should leave. He's like, I'm just going to go take you back home, back to Olivia's house. And I'm like, okay, yeah, like, that's fine. So we're driving, like 5 minutes go by, we're on like this small road or whatever, and it's just like and we're just sitting there, we're driving, all of a sudden a cop comes behind us, and he goes, man, I'm kind of freaking out. And I'm like, no, it's fine, like it's not that big of a deal. Cop pulls us over. One cop goes to his side of the car, one cop goes to my side of the car. He's talking to this cop, I'm talking to this cop, and the cop talking to him was like, I want to search the truck. Like, trying to find things that were stolen from Olivia's house, thinking that we robbed the house. And so then Olivia's, like, blowing up my phone this entire time. And she had eventually texted me, and she's like, hey, we're at Capnick's Orchard. And her mom's over here on the phone with the cops, like, I don't know where my daughter's at, like, all this other stuff. Like, you need to find where my daughter's at. And I was just like, oh, my gosh. So Olivia had told me she was at Capnick's. And the cop had asked me, he was like, where is she at? And I was just like, and he was like, where is she at? And I was like, she's at Capnick's Orchard. So he ended up taking me home. The entire time Livy's blowing on my phone. I'm on the phone with her, and she's like, dude, like, I'm freaking out. Like, my mom's freaking out on me. She's like, she thinks someone robbed the house, all this other stuff. And she goes, dude, the cops just pulled up the Capnicks. And she's like, you did not. And I was like, Olivia, I'm so sorry. And she's like, do not ever talk to me ever again. Hung up the phone.
Oh, no.
She ended up blowing up my phone that night, saying, like, you're a fucking snitch. I can't believe you oh, sorry. You're a snitch. I can't believe you ever did that. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I never want to be friends with you ever again. We didn't talk for, like, a year, dude. She was livid. No.
Okay. So the first time
Start over.
I'm gonna start over. My mom found out I started doing. Let me start over one more time. So, the way that my mother found out that I would partake in the gardening, we lived in this small country town, and we would take our trash to the dump. So, one of the dump runs, I get a call from this girl. Her name was Lexi. She was a year older than me in high school, and she would give me free brownies, right?
Okay.
Free special brownies. Okay. She had the biggest crush on me, so she would give me free brownies, and of course I just started taking them, and that's how I started, was through edibles. And she found out because Lexi had called me, and me being me, thinking like, oh, maybe she wants to hang out, like maybe she wants to,
yeah.
So I answered, and she goes, hey, real talk, you're gonna have to start paying me for these brownies that I'm giving you, because I would get them for free. She's like, you gotta start paying for these brownies. And I'm like, yeah, we can hang out another time. Like, I'll talk to you later. Like, yeah, I'm with my mom right now. I'll talk to you later. She's like, what? No, like, you gotta start paying me for these brownies that I'm giving you now, because I would get them like at school, like in the morning.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, volume's all the way up. My mother can hear everything. I have the phone to my ear. She can hear everything. She's in the driver's seat. And I'm like, yeah, we can talk later. We'll figure out a time to hang out. We can go to the mall. Yeah, whatever. Yep, I'll talk to you. I'll text you. Bye. And my mom was like, so who's this girl, and what are these brownies you've been getting, and what's in these brownies? And I was like, fuck. She knew. Oh.
It's okay.
I was like, shoot. I was like, dang, nabbit. When she found out I did something bad, she would get angry. However, she knew, like, I was kind of just like, whatever.
Being a child.
Yeah, I was just like being a teenager. She did the same shit.
Yeah.
She wasn't as bad as me.
Does your mom?
But I got good grades. I got good everything. Like, I was good in school. I did good. I did sports. Like, but I also was a little party-hardy.
Does your mom?
No, not anymore.
Oh, but she did.
She used to, and she started in college, and she kind of did it like in a social group. She never really did it. When she first found out I started doing it and became more open to it, we would kind of do it together.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't do it often at all. Like, it's very rare. But she also doesn't drink either. Yeah. Like, my mom is not a big, which is funny because my dad was a complete alcoholic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he was shit-faced constantly. But she doesn't drink. She will do a little mudslide if, like, we're going out and she's not driving and it's the weekend, but she'll drink half of it and, like, call it a day and feel buzzed from it. But yeah, she's not. That's why when, like, I'll have like 2 glasses of wine, she's like, you're turning into your father.
See, my mom was never. My mom drinks. She can party. She can get down and dirty. She knows how to party.
We love
my
Char.
Dad is a raging alcoholic. My dad drinks 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a functional alcoholic. He still wakes up. He still goes to work. He does what he needs to do. And then when nighttime comes around, he'll go to the bar and he'll drink. So at one point, I was dating my ex, one that I was with for like almost 4 years, and I was hanging out with him one day, and I was like, hey, like, I had found out that the apartment right below my dad's is open. I was like, I think I want to go apply for it. I was like freshly 18. And he was like, okay. So we went and viewed it. We looked at it. It was, I don't know, I want to say like 400 square feet, dude. Like, it was small. It was like the bathroom was literally in the kitchen. The bathroom was literally
a studio apartment.
It basically was a studio apartment. Besides, there was one wall.
Yeah.
There was one wall between the bathroom, the kitchen, the living room, and
That's
then
crazy.
There was cut off, and then it was my bedroom.
Wow.
And I had went and got it, and I remember one time I'm sitting there, my dad was walking home from the bar because his apartment is walking distance from the downtown bar. And he was walking home, and I have all my friends over, dude. And we're sitting on the patio, we're smoking, and he's like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, hey, Dad, like, what are you doing? And he's like, I'm walking home from the bar right now. And I'm like, okay, Dad. I'm like, Dad, do you want to hit this? And he's like, I'll hit it. So he takes it.
He said, light work, buddy. Light work.
He hits it. And
he whips out one of those cross joints, and he's like, you want to hit this?
But no, yeah, my dad does do the green, and I don't judge him for it because, you know, he stopped smoking cigarettes about 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's kind of like his getaway.
That's nice.
Yeah, he's very proud of himself. I'm very proud of him that he doesn't smoke cigarettes anymore. It's a very big accomplishment because nicotine is crazy.
Nicotine is crazy.
Nicotine is a very, very addictive chemical.
It's so addictive.
It is, and it's really hard.
I was watching a TikTok the other day, and somebody was like, it's crazy because our generation, this generation was supposed to be the generation to break the habit of smoking.
Yeah.
And then they came out with vapes,
Yeah.
electronic cigarettes,
yeah,
fruity little fun vaporizers, like.
Yeah. And it's hard. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I vape.
We both vape,
and it is a very addictive chemical. It's something very hard to get away from, and yes,
wait, we're gonna be honest with you, we do both vape. I don't know if you guys know. Meanwhile, in the 4 videos, there's like clouds left and right
whatsoever. And I remember my 18th birthday. It was my very first birthday party that I had ever had.
Bitch. Hold on, pause for a second. We're wearing like the same color hoodie. We literally use the same box dye. And and I don't have my glasses on right now, so I'm looking in the screen, and I thought you were me, and I saw myself talking, and I was like, what is happening?
So my parents had so the adults, because it's my 18th birthday, my parents were like, okay, well, they're not just gonna have fun, we're gonna have fun too. So my mom and Tim, my stepdad, had a whole bunch of their friends over too. And they invited my dad to come. But see, my mom and my dad do not get along at all. They can get together at some points and be civil, but on a regular basis, no. They don't clash. Like, it doesn't go well together. And my parents had one of those propane, like, fire, what do you call that? Like a fireplace?
A fire pit? Oh, fireplace?
Yeah, like a fire pit fireplace, but it was propane, so there was like the cool, like, colored rocks in it, and
my uncle has.
We're all sitting around it, and I'm like, okay, it's my 18th birthday. I'm like, Laylee, I had one of my girlfriend's name was Laylee. I was like, Laylee, roll up some weed red. We're all sitting there, and I'm like, Laylee, dude, roll up. The fireplace wouldn't fire.
Fireplace wouldn't fire. No fire.
There was no fire in the fire. Okay.
I know what's wrong with it. It ain't got no gas in it.
So we're sitting there, and we're like, we can't figure this out. So I'm like, Richard, which is my dad. I'm like, Richard. So I walk into the garage, and I'm like, look, the propane tank is not fucking propaning.
Girl, lighting. It's not lighting. Damn it.
It's not lighting. Someone needs to come fix this shit. We're about to smoke a blunt. So my dad comes out. Then Tim comes out. Then my mom comes out. My mom's like, Gracie, I know what that smell is. And I'm like, Mom, I just turned 18. I'm fine. I can do whatever I want. They ended up getting lit. I was like, all right, you guys can go back to the garage now. You guys can go enjoy your beers or whatever. And we end up smoking. My mom comes out and she's like, Patricia, I can smell that. And I'm like, Mom, you don't smell anything. I was like, I just turned 18. Like, I'm having a good time with my girls.
Now you gaslighting her. You don't smell anything. Mom, you don't smell anything. I'm 18, dude.
I'm like, Mom, go back in the garage, bro. Let the adults handle this. We're all 18 now.
Okay, so now we are going to play a little game called Would You Rather. Everybody knows and loves it. It's a fun little silly game where you put two circumstances compared to one another and ask the person, would you rather do circumstance A or circumstance B? And they're usually quite odd and both are never good. So we're going to play that. Is that the best way anyone has ever described Would You Rather?
That's good.
Right? I feel like I should write the dictionary.
How do you spell juicy? Would you rather have a full-blown mustache for a year or permanent hairy legs for 10 years?
Hairy legs for 10 years?
Yeah. But a mustache for a year. Full-blown mustache.
A mustache. A mustache.
You can hide your legs. Can't hide a mustache.
For 10 years? You're gonna hide your legs for 10 years? No, I would do a mustache. I would just like be a drag king that year.
You would do something like that.
I would just like embrace it.
Yeah, you would.
I would embrace it.
You would.
I already have a mustache. I already been there.
Done that. Would you rather give up your phone or only wear Crocs for the rest of your life? Crocs. The shoes, Crocs. Would you rather give up your phone or only wear Crocs for the rest of your life?
That's a bad one.
Okay, but see, you know how many options they have for Crocs? They have every single color.
They do have Croc heels too.
Exactly.
Platforms.
But they're ugly.
They're ugly.
Would you rather clog the toilet on your first day or your first day at your new job?
First day at new job.
I agree with that because a first date, like, if it's your first date, it can always be your last date. Like, you don't have to hang out with them ever again.
First date?
Yeah,
you would clog it on your date?
Yeah.
Really? I would do a first day at my job.
That's embarrassing because you eventually have to work there.
Well, yeah, but usually someone else deals with it. Like, you can just be like, hey, well, depending on, I don't want to say it like that, but depending on where you work, or if I work there, I would just be like, hey, can you just show me where the plunger is? Like, I'll just fix it myself. Like, guys, awkward situation. And you know, I'd be like, guys, you wouldn't believe this. I just walked into the bathroom. Some guy must have clogged the toilet or something. Anyways, I gotta go piss. So where's that plunger at? On a date, like, you have no other option. If you're at his or her house, you have no other option. Nobody else shit in that toilet.
But you don't ever have to see them again. If you go to if it's your work, you have to see them again. Eventually.
And it might be, if it was a bad date, it might be a funny like. and then that was a shitty date.
Would you rather accidentally send a naughty picture to your dad or to your boss?
Oh God!
Imagine.
I don't even talk to my dad enough to even like be able to get away with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at this point, it'd be like, that's just random out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? That's odd. Like our current boss. Yeah. If it like we're talking about our current boss. I'll get a new job. I'll send it to my boss. I'm not sending it to my dad.
Would you rather say your ex's name during sex?
I've already done that.
Or your partner's best friend's name?
I would rather say my ex's, because I've done that. Sorry.
I honestly would probably say my ex's name, because there's a way between getting through like saying like your ex's name versus saying like your best friend's or your partner's best friend's name, because like why would you even be thinking about that, you know? But, like, then again, why would you be thinking about your ex?
Yeah, but like,
it's a better chance of, like, thinking about your ex versus thinking about your partner's best friend's name.
Did we talk about your ex's name? Can I drop your ex's name?
We talked about it.
Okay. Oh yeah, Doug. Okay. But like, I feel like with a name like Doug, you can almost play it off. You know, like Doug. Ugh, Doug's such a gross name.
Thank you.
But it's one letter away from dog, and I love a dog.
Okay, this is a good one. Would you rather be able to travel anywhere for free or eat anywhere for free?
Travel anywhere for free.
I also agree with you.
Yeah.
Because I could easily go on a date with someone.
I'll pay for
I'm
food.
eating for free.
All I'm saying is I always be seeing free sample food, but you never see a free sample travel. I'll live on scraps. Thank you.
Give me that apple. Oh, another thing we wanted to talk about was...
Oh, our last episode.
No, not even about that. The Yapcast.
The Yapcast. Okay.
We've been coming up with different ideas on what's called our podcast besides Charlie and Patricia.
We've been brainstorming, and we honestly, like, everything is kind of...
Because I feel like we yap.
We yap.
We yap a lot. So we had came up with...
Yapcast.
The Yapcast.
You're not gonna learn anything from this podcast, but you are gonna
listen to us yap.
Right. Hopefully some people find it entertaining. So I think we're gonna stick with the Yapcast.
Yeah, I like the Yapcast.
I like the Yapcast.
If you guys
unless it's taken.
Yeah, unless it's taken.
If it's taken, let us know.
Yeah, but if you guys like it, let us know, and we will be the new Yapcast.
Yapcast. And see ya.
See ya!